reported their numbers a while back. It was a weak set of Q1 numbers. Actually, on a quarter-on-quarter basis, the margin saw a big slip by almost 410 basis points. Even if you look at it year-on-year, the revenue saw a low single-digit growth. Do note, last quarter when we spoke to the company, they revised their margin guidance downwards to 11 to 13% for FY24. So let's get Antony Cherukara, who's the CEO of VST Tillers and Tractors, to join us now. Antony, thanks for joining in. You know, last quarter you had hinted to us that there are some margin pressures that you're facing, but this has been a steep fall sequentially. So can you explain that? And would you want to change your guidance further given what you've seen in Q1?
Yeah, good afternoon. Yes, we had given a guidance of 11 to 13% for this financial year, and we are continuing to stick with that. And if you look at the operational EBITDA for the Q1, it has, compared to the previous Q1 of last year, it has grown by about 2.8%. Currently, we are at about operational EBITDA of 12.88%. Agriculture, as you know, is a seasonal business. So quarter on quarter, there could be a fluctuation. Q4 normally being peak for volumes, and Q1 is slightly lower comparatively. So you will see the seasonality playing on the numbers as well. But on a year-on-year basis, the Q1 was good for FY24.
Anthony, we do understand that you're looking at further product launches as well. For example, the utility tractor segment. Can you tell us where that particular launch stands? How much are you probably looking to generate in terms of revenue, and by when?
Yes, first in August, we have launched the Series 9 compact tractors. That is 6 compact latest technology tractors have been launched. And with VST Zetor, the launch will happen in September. Next month is when that launch will happen.
All right. And what does that mean in terms of incremental revenue for you?
Yeah, this is the first year of the launch. So we are looking at a smaller jump in terms of revenue. The scale-up shall happen Q4 onwards.
And what's the outlook for FY24 in terms of overall sales? You did about 18% revenue growth in FY23 with new products coming in now. Maybe just a couple of one quarter of new product sales. FY24 and FY25, let's talk about that. Your sales projections would be what?
So, like I've said, in the tractor segment, we are looking at 10 to 15% growth. And in the power tiller segment, we are looking at 15 to 20% growth, and we are maintaining that guidance numbers. Apart from this, several projects that we had launched 2 years back as of supply to the electric tractor companies in the US, the VST Zetor product, this should give us further jump in our growth in this financial year.
Okay, so you're saying 10 to 15% growth in the tractor segment for the full year and a 15 to 20% growth in the power tiller segment for the full year on a year-on-year basis. Then what happened in this quarter? I mean, this quarter the growth was in single digits. And I remember you telling me, a while back that these quarters tend to get a bit lumpy in terms of revenue recognition. Is that what happened in this quarter? And, if you can just tell us what the way forward would look like in the subsequent quarters as well.
Yes, like I said, the agri business is very seasonal. June, we all know that the rains were delayed, and hence the retail and hence the revenue got affected. There was a flattish growth of 4 to 5%. However, we see that in July the rains picked up, and we have declared our numbers for July, which we saw 30% plus growth overall. And August also the retail has been good. However, fingers crossed, because the first 15 days rainfall has not been great in August. We expect that to be covered up with normal rainfall happening in August and September.
Okay. And the two spaces that you briefly referred to as well, ad nauseum in your interviews, the large utility tractor space and also the larger horsepower tractor space, right? What do you see eventually, what would the contribution be of this space, the larger HP tractor space in your business eventually? I mean, now you're still focused on the smaller HP space, but over the next couple of years, what would the contribution look like?
In the next few years, we are looking at upwards of 10 to 15% in terms of revenue contribution coming from the higher horsepower sales. It's more like a 4 to 5 year period where we will look at this. The higher horsepower segment is a vastly competitive segment. So we are in full realization of that, and we expect the growth to be at about averaging single digits in the beginning, and then with multiple launches expanding into four-wheel drive, etc., the growth should be faster.
Okay. All right, Anthony, we're going to leave it on that note. It's always a pleasure. Thanks very much for joining in and speaking with us. So it was a tough quarter in terms of margins, but they're holding on to their guidance for FY24 of margins between 11 to 13% odd. Well, we